So saltimbocca literally translates into jump in the mouth, which is just a silly way of saying that this chicken dish has some pizzazz. Thin pieces of veal or chicken, a layer of prosciutto, and a layer of sage, cooked down in a delicious marsala wine sauce. Saltimbocca alla romana has all the elements to a delicious dish. And there's actually two ways to make it. One that's rolled up in like an involtini and one that's more flat and crispy. And today we're gonna make both of them. So let's just jump right into it. So now, traditional saltimbocca uses veal. Veal can be on the pricier side, it can be harder to find, and if you don't get the right cut of veal, it can be very tough. A lot of places will sell you the veal shoulder as a scallopini, and even if you tenderize that, it's really not gonna be tender when you cook it in this method. The tender pieces of veal are generally from the loin of the veal. To avoid the whole problem, we can just use chicken. Now we're just gonna prepare these the same way we prepare our chicken cutlets. A nice sharp fillet knife, and we're just gonna go really slow and carefully. We're not gonna cut ourselves, and just cut these fairly even, thin pieces. Just throw some plastic wrap over the top and gently pound with a mallet, but we don't want to pound too hard, just enough to pound them into equally thin pieces. You don't want to hit it straight on like a hammer does. You kind of want to smash it towards either side to flatten it outward rather than into the board. You want to season the chicken. You don't want to go too heavy on the salt, remembering that you've got prosciutto, which is really salty. So now I've got 6 slices here. I'm going to treat 3 of them the flat way and then 3 of them the rolled up way. And so I'm going to use sage 2 ways. First, I'm going to go straight onto the chicken first. Then I'm gonna go in with the prosciutto. If it has these little plastic sheets on it, it makes it easy to sort of transfer the prosciutto onto the chicken. And then we're gonna take 3 of these pieces and roll them up and then secure them with toothpicks. 2 toothpicks should do the job. The rest of the pieces we're gonna leave flat. Then we're gonna add about a cup of flour to some sort of vessel along with some salt, and we're just gonna dredge these pieces of chicken. Slice up a couple cloves of garlic for the sauce, and then we're ready to start cooking. Get a large pan over medium-high heat and add some olive oil and some butter. And as that comes up, we're going to sort of crisp up a little bit of this fresh sage that we're going to add on top as a garnish. We want to pull it when it's changing color to dark green. If it's too light or it's brown, that's not what we want. We want like a dark forest green, and those are going to be perfectly crisp. Get those out of the pan, and then we can start frying off our chicken. We're going to go with the flat pieces first, and we're going to lay them prosciutto side down. Once we start to see the prosciutto getting lightly crisp, we don't want to get it ultra crisp in the pan. It's going to carry over and get crispy as it rests. Once it's brown, give it a flip. Cook the other side for about a minute or 2, and then get them off the pan to rest. And then we start to cook our rolled pieces of chicken that we're just gonna brown on all sides. And it's not gonna cook them all the way through, but we're gonna finish them cooking in the sauce later. Drain the excess fat, add a small knob of butter, and then throw in that garlic. And cook that garlic until it begins to slightly brown around the edges. Then kill the heat and add about a cup of this marsala wine. You could use white wine, but marsala has a little bit more punch to it. And then we're just gonna reduce that down until there's almost nothing left. Basically, when the wine gets syrupy, we're gonna add our homemade Brodo, our stock, which I'll leave a link down for below. Store-bought stock's really just not gonna have the same body as homemade. Then we're gonna throw our rolled up chicken pieces back into the pan, and we're gonna cook that until they're fully cooked through. If you're keeping them flat, you won't have to add them back to the sauce, but we wanna reduce that sauce about 80 to 90% of the way and get it nice and thick and sticky. And then we're gonna finish it with a couple tablespoons of cold butter to get it nice and glossy like this, so it coats the chicken. We're gonna give it a taste and adjust the seasoning. The chicken should be cooked through, so I'm gonna get it out of the pan. Finish with a squeeze of lemon juice, and then we're ready to plate. Spoon a bit of that beautiful sauce on the bottom of the plate, then a few pieces of the saltimbocca, and then that crispy sage right on top. That's one way to do it. Next way to do it, sauce on the plate again. Use the paper towel to kind of pull out the toothpicks. 2 pieces on the sauce, a bit more sauce draped on top of the chicken, finished with a bit more crispy sage. Now I get that nice crispy sage instead of like a soggy sage that you get when all of the juices sort of seep out as it cools. I mean, the crispy sage, the crispy prosciutto, the sauce, it's ridiculous. To me, this is the way to go, but hey, but now you got options. So whatever you want to do, it's up to you. Chicken saltimbocca, done, delicious. That's all that I have today. I'll see you next time. Until then, take care of yourself and go feed yourself.